Hello friends, welcome back. In this quick demonstration, we are going to be dealing with what we call as the vibration frequencies of time. We only need to know about three things. First, the price level we want to trade. Second is the time, if we can find the best time to trade, and the third is the potential direction to take. Just three elements. 369 frequency deals with this three element structure, the triangularized structure of price, time, and direction. So today we are going to be talking about the predictive nature of the astronumerology, where we apply the vibrational principles and look at the stars, and we look at the waves and the interplay of the energies, and we try to come with the philosophy and write an algo and say, okay, if that what we call in different worlds Christ consciousness or Shiva consciousness, this is the collective consciousness. So we are dealing with collective consciousness operating in the markets. Just like you have date of birth, and you, by taking birth on earth, you vibrate. And that's why we go to the astrologers and they look at the stars and they can tell you what's happening, because they look at the positive and negative sine, cosine, Fourier transforms, all these waves, right? If I have wave 1, wave 2, think about an ocean waves, small waves, big waves, and mega waves. Now you think about that in that terms, or you can think about the moon and its impact on 75-80% of the earth, which is ocean. So the waves, the tidal waves, right? So if these small objects, heavenly objects, have impact on individual and the oceans, there's no reason for us to try and applying that star phenomena to the global consciousness. And this global consciousness, call it Christ consciousness, Shiva consciousness, right? Krishna consciousness, everybody gives a different name, but ultimately we're talking about this collective human frequencies coming together in the market. This is S&P Future. So if you believe in all this, maybe you can watch this video forward. If you don't, ultimately what we have done here is looking at the stars, and we have taken the Fourier transforms, we have taken the wave structures of the locations from New York, and we just plot it. So here's the phenomena, and it'll keep on going on and on and on, and this is part of the modules level 2 and level 1. All right, okay. So level 1 is there. We have the balance imbalance oscillator, just to give us the bias. You can think in terms of market profile, where the value area is, how off we are out of the balance of point of control. All right, and these lines, they are not support and resistance lines. We are looking at some specific elements here. All right, so what are those elements? Simple. So what's happening is, when these pivots are generating, we are taking pivot by pivot, and we're taking highs and lows of the week, for the day, and for the month, and doing all these calculations. And when these energies collide, we look at the starting and ending point. That's all there is. So let me take an example here, right? So I'll be looking at this end of this line or the beginning of this line as an example. That is what we are trying to look at, not this whole line, the beginning and the end, the inception and the end of this energy. So these are energy burst points. Because what we are saying is when these energy points shift, so should the market. All right, that's it. And this tool was built almost, 2013, 14, 15, I forgot. So when these ideas come through deep meditations, right, and a lot of research, we put them into what you see in front of you, like this, right? So this is the phenomena. And okay, which line to use? It's pretty straightforward. Once you drop the tool, is fully automated, nothing much to do. You only have one job left to do. Look vertically, okay, and find out where the two endpoints, more endpoints are aligned together. For example, this one, right, the end of this, and maybe beginning or end of this. It doesn't matter what is beginning or end, right? This, if you look at these two, let me place my cursor right here. End of this, beginning of this, perfectly matched. See that? So one energy is dying and it is transferring itself into this energy. This handshake is happening, and when this handshake is happening, market is shifting. Isn't it phenomenal? It's beautiful. So that is how you can start, and then this energy got this pivot. Now there's not dual energy here, right? So okay, but even one worked out. Okay, then it went up. All right, so so now you know how to see this, right? So when I say here beginning of this, so I will say end of this, beginning of this, right? So as we move forward, and then I'm also going to bring the forecasting timing module, which we publish first thing in the morning. We can publish for 100 years. It's funny, you can publish for next 100 years what market is going to do, but we do it early in the morning. All right, well, these are very a different approach to doing things, totally different. All right, so let's mark this, right? Okay, if you were trading early morning, 4 o'clock, that's fine, no worries, why not? And then this one, okay, we'll just do it for today because there's no curve fitting here, right? The truth is always on. All right, so let's see. Now I'm looking at this, looking at this, looking at this. Okay, I see. I'm looking for double or triple things coming together if they can be found, because we are looking for, okay, so this one here, end of this, same line, end of this. See these two ends come together. Sorry, end of this and beginning of this line, beginning of this, right? They aligned perfectly. And what happens? Market was going into this energy, it reversed perfectly. Watch it again, right? End of this right here. Sorry, beginning of this, end of this. Sorry about that again. All right, so we got this top. Let's move forward. I move forward, what's going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen. Now here is another perfect energy. Two of them are ending and third is beginning right at the spot. Three energies came, it blasted. Isn't it funny? It is amazing actually. All right, so now I will also try to give a trading tip, right? How we should trade. Let's finish this first, since we are on to something, I guess. All right, so we're doing it together right in front of you. Again, this is gonna keep on going like this forever, right? So now this is intraday 15-minute accuracy, right? Okay, now this top, end of this, look at this white line end and this magenta line end right there, picked up that top. It's nothing to do with innovation or invention, nothing to invent. It's observation, how the universe talks to you, right? If you close your eyes, be silent, as Buddha said, right? No mind, No mind is the key, and no mind, having too much mind in trading destroys you because you're confused about 50 things at the same time. And we're dealing with probabilities. And you also know the Markov says very clearly a mathematical impossibility that once the trade is on, that you will win or not is, let's say, 50-50 always. The moment the trade is on, there's a 50% chance that that trade will win or that trade will lose. Because Markov also says all the historical events are just right there, point in time, in the moment of now. That information is captured by that current event, and it is comprising of all the historical events. The information before you put on the trade is all there, doesn't matter. At the same time, with having all that information, the next step probability is 50-50. So unless you think that you are dealing with probability space, not absolute models, you should be aware of that and live with this if you want to stay in this market, because they are mathematical impossibilities. So all right, so we are playing with what we call this as edges. We have an edge. You have an edge. The moment you put on the trade to go short here, probably put a stop loss, 5 tick, 10 tick, it could have blown you a little bit and went down. So that is, be cautious about that and be practical about things, because this is a trading world. So a stop loss is a great thing. All right. I think you guys are all mature traders, so just wanted to bring that don't think in terms of 100%, not in this business, right? So we're dealing with risk management and probabilities. People ask the question about how much money can I make. We say that how can you manage your money you have at hand? That's the whole thing, right? So having this edge makes your life much easier, because if you are reacting, it's too late. If you're pre-planning all your risk profile, all the metrics, all the KPIs, in advance, and you control them. And this is one of the elements, right? Three elements, right? We are controlling this element, but we also know this is no 100% either. All right. So I don't react to things. So we have plans, and we play with the probability, and this is where you have to get to the no mind state. Once you really accept this, people accept it in their left brain, logical brain, but the subconscious brain is not accepting it. After 90 days of meditation, you will start accepting this. That's why in the big professional firms, they are multi-million-dollar paid psychologists, psychiatrists, right? So it is a mind game of the highest order, but it is also under the control of the stars. And that's the point we are trying to make here, right? All right, I just don't want to keep ranting on any philosophical things, but ultimately the story is a probability space. And remember, Markov always. And accept it. So you should place your trades that at least you have 1 to 5, 1 to 3, some 1 to 1 you will not win in this game long term, because there are other probabilities which take over, risk to ruin, and there's a lot going on. But all right, so we are having this edge, and we want to use this edge the way I'm showing you in 15-minute chart. All right, so we'll enhance this edge. The outcome of the trade is 50-50, but we can add some higher probabilities by converging the edges. So when we sample enough trades, we have a positive outcome. All right. Enough said. Next. Okay, so all right, here what's happening here. So one is ending, this red line is ending, and this is beginning. They're converging at this bar right here. This is also starting. So I have 3 lines, energies starting here, and one is ending here, starting here, white one, right? So there we go. And looking at the bottom, you can see this is like, you can see this oscillator values off from the mean on the other side, flip down, flip down, flip down, flip up in this area, right? So now flip down, flip up. Now this is predictive, this is reactive. This is looking at the data and looking at the history of, we control that in the code, how back we want to look. All right, we do everything with 369 formulas. All right, so I am hoping that you are getting this message. All right, so let's look further. I think you got it. Next I will bring that PDF as well, which is what we do everything up front so that we can plan it, right? And there's no guarantees in this business, just remember that. It's all about risk management. All right, so here, this bottom and this top. All right, so we have one here and I have one here off by a bar. There's one bar here, right? So this one right here, we can see this beginning of this, and this is off by a bar. Sorry, let me zoom in a little further. There we go. So this beginning of this bar, let me place it here, and the beginning of this bar, they match precisely. 2 energy points, right? So what we are saying, we are talking about possibilities, probabilities of turns. And also at the same time, what we have here, this is a good trade. Excuse me, because of this dotted lines, you see, these are the trend lines. So trend is bearish. And we have imbalance on the buy side. Okay. All right, so there it is. Let's go forward. Do I see 2? I don't see 2. I don't see 2 here. All right. How about here? Okay, I see 2 here. See this beginning and this beginning? So this is the bar of turn. So the ultimate presentation for today is a simple phenomena proof, and this is going on for 10 years without changing the model, because we're looking at the stars. Star controls the destination, where we are going. Consciousness of the planet has to be raised in a positive direction, because we are all collectively feeding into this Christ consciousness, Krishna consciousness, Buddha consciousness, and they have been given different names. This is Shiva consciousness. This is like global Akashic record consciousness. If you believe in all those things, we are feeding our energies into this ecosystem, intergalactic ecosystem, right? So we have to stay positive, and I think hopefully this proves that millions of algos and traders come together. They're still under the control of stars, global consciousness, right? There we go. Okay, let's see. One last one. So we have this one, this line right here, and the beginning of this, end of this, converge right here. So this is absolute vibration which Mr. Gann was searching for before. He was a great trader, one of the best minds. He put us in this path. He changed the world. And before him, Tesla, before him, other people, right? If you have been following those protocols. But ultimately, this is where we are. And you can see everything was vibrating to the stars. All right, so okay, we have this, right? As it unfolds, we have a plan. We're looking at this is a simple model in itself. This itself is a trading system on EOS. What else you need? And remember, if I put it on any other charts, since we also look at the pivots, they will adjust accordingly. It is if two people are born in the same day but separated by different times, they will have a different ascendant rising of horizon, right? A different moon. So we are looking at this the moon vibrations, looking at all the stars, looking at, as I said, multiple planets, the distance between them, looking at the pivots, and we are putting some sine and cosine waves behind the scenes. Ultimately, we have to attach everything to mathematics so it can sustain itself. It's not a one miracle phenomena ran for one day and it collapses, right? 10 years. So I hope it motivates you to enhance your research further. And always, you can reach us at 369forecast@gmail.com. Every user, now here's the trick. This instrument itself is telling me, by adapting the frequency, the inherent frequency of ES, and merging with the cosmic frequencies, I'm seeing this pattern, right? Same thing happens to the trader. Your frequency, if you know your frequency, 33-dimensional frequency of who you are, and you match those frequencies to the instruments. We do 9-frequency instrument matching. We can say, okay, for your frequency, your waves are aligned with these waves for these instruments. It will be very easier for you to trade those things, and that's all there is. But that should not be the limiting factor, because we can do some tactical trading. So let's say the Tesla news is coming, Amazon news is coming, Nvidia news is coming, and Apple news is coming, and you want to trade the news elements. You want to hold it for 2 weeks, and then you want to risk 2,000, and let's say it will collapse by 50% premium, and you want to structure a deal with 2K to potentially double, get 50 to 100% return in 2 weeks' time. You can do that. I'm talking about becoming a professional trader. Some people cannot trade ES at all. They are too great in gold because their personal frequencies are aligned with the gold frequencies. Think about that, because remember, the frequencies are all over, from human beings to the instruments to the global consciousness. And the funny part, I will want you to bring, there are 46 chromosomes in human body, right? You know that 2 raised to power 46 is 100 trillion. So 100 trillion protons in human body is connected to half the universe. That is how powerful humans are, but their cotons have been suppressed. So there's nothing unique for anybody to be a master trader. It's the frequencies. If you find your frequencies, if you find the instrument frequencies, and you accept the probabilities of Markov 50-50 every trade, I think it'll be much helpful, right? Okay, now comes the trading part. When you know on 15-minute chart, why 15? 1 plus 5 is 6. 6, right? 6 is the number which flips you from the physical world to the cosmic world, and that is controlled by Archangel Michael. That's a different discussion some other day. The 6, 3, and 9, right? We always align everything with this. Each instrument also, when we run the numerical sequencing on the instrument, we also get 9 frequencies for those instruments as well. And you combine those frequencies into waves, you can see the waves coming up, highs and lows for that frequencies. You can do their own research. It's not complicated. But spend the time. So that is, I think, enough said today about frequency, and probabilities, and the next outcome. All right. So let's bring today's forecast, which we do early morning, about the numerical astro energy mapping and how we overlay that footprint. All right. So there we go. 9:12 in the morning. Send it out. Let me open this. Now this is I think a little complicated, so we just do it and print it. Again, I think this is few times I've already shared this, how we want to use it. We're looking at the composite energy, how they have shaped and gone up and down as a composite. And this is just all these turning points are labeled here, right? But what we are doing now you think about this, you have this level 2 tool and you have this information in front of you. What are you going to do about it? Well, let's see. Then also there's a bias and turn, so we are taking these two frequencies and we are doing and generating all these things, right? All right, this is just level 1, very basic. Okay, so let's see the times where this was at 10 o'clock. So what are we expecting? We're expecting somewhere around same thing if there's a convergence or confluence of these two different models. So let's go to 10 o'clock. So right here, 10:05, see that? The top at 10:05. 10:05, that's here. 10:05, 10:15, right here. So two things were there. You just take one trade and you're done. Done for the day, 10 points, get out. 10 with 10 contracts, you get out. 5 grand, get out. I'll see you tomorrow, right? But if you're a professional trader, you may end up taking all these trades. You may end up taking all these trades, which that's how it is. All right, because in 22 trading days, you should win 18 days. You should win 4 days out of 5 days without going bust. Flat day is a good day. So my job is, what happens, I've seen over and over, when you have a first trade, you lose it, you psychologically are twisted upside down. That's the only difference. All right. Okay, so going back to this. Now, okay, we got lucky here. Okay, maybe it was luck. How about this guy? Let's see. Because we knew this time is coming. Now we want to see if there's anything else. 9:15, 9:30. So 9:30 is something coming, right? All right, so look at this at 9:35. It's off by 5 minutes. That's how it is. Because this is 5-minute frequencies. All right, 9:35, 9:30, something is coming, and it is saying it should be bottom. Where is it? Right here. This is how you put it together. This is how you put it together. So I hope this video added some motivational value. Let's look at this one. So we were saying, okay, market is going down somewhere here. What time is it? 1:35, 35:45. So let's go and see if there's a bottom shown up here. 1:35. 13:35 is 1:35 right here, showing the bottom. Okay, that's great. How about this guy? 1420, 1420, 1420. 1420, which side is this? 1420. 1420 is the top. Right here, 25 is the top. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. Again, master observation with a quiet mind. This will all be revealed to you, or you can join us. We can help you. Oh, yeah, one point I wanted to make is, right, the reason I gave you the frequency of every instrument is your frequency cannot change your frequency, because the moment you're born, you're unleashing waves to the planet Earth and you're interacting with other frequencies, right? So it's best. That's why you cannot go to any motivational seminar for 3 days. Some people become multi-millionaires. Some people go back to the old habits because the frequencies need to match for the event. So your frequency, you are in different world. You may be much more advanced than anybody else on Earth. You don't even know about it, right? So we have to understand exactly your frequencies, your mindset. Where are you vibrating? Where are the misalignments of your vibrations? Can we sequence the frequencies to merge with your frequencies and the market frequencies so you can become a profitable trader. That's the whole thing, and it takes time to restructure and reformat. Science says 90 days of constant change management imparted on your brain is the first step to really see any physical change, any chemical, biological change. So there's not you take a tool, drop the tool. If your frequency is perfectly matching with this, you will catch it right there in 1 hour. If frequency is not matching, because you will be forcing all this truth unfolding in front of you into your frequencies, this will not bend. This is reality. You will try to bend reality to your frequency, and this is where the conflict starts. That's why you need 90 days one-on-one sessions, and we can see if there's help that can be imparted, and you can reach us here if you seek that opportunity. If you're the great masters, definitely you should share your talents with other people as well, right? Make the world a better place. Thank you so much. It was a long video, but I think I wanted to talk about a few things personally, because some people had these experiences when they started trading, and I got emails from them. Oh, I was doing so well in my sim account, and then I went live, right? And I'm having a hard time pressing those buttons. Well, algo trading is there, not to worry, but even though you're trading algos, think about this. Once you understand this phenomena, you don't have to really press any buttons in today's technical world. You can hire some good coders, but what you have to do is activate the algo to take shorts only. Activate the algos to take long only, short only, right? They will take it from there. Alright, sir. Thank you very much, my friends, and I really appreciate your support for you listening and watching the videos. I really appreciate it. And thanks for giving positive feedbacks, negative feedbacks. All feedbacks are welcome. Just send the feedback. Thank you so much.